I was thinking, how come the thermostat is not set to like one temperature year round? Like, take for instance, it's 74 degrees is room temperature, right? Like in the summer, wouldn't you like the room to be 74 degrees also? Like, maybe it's like the thickness of our blood for those of us who have, like, you know, more than one season during the year. Maybe our blood gets thicker during the winter, you know. So wait a minute. Let me think about this. If your blood gets thicker during the winter, wouldn't your thermostat be cooler on the inside of the house? You see what I'm saying? So here's what I'm saying. Like, take for instance, the average room temperature is 74 degrees. Hold on a second. The average room temperature is 74 degrees. All right. Now, when you like your room to be 74 degrees, a 74 degree room is a 74 degree room. But like during the summer, you know what I'm saying? I notice a lot of the time I like to have my temperature in the house set to like around, I don't know, 66, 67 degrees, right? That's comfortable, for me inside of the house. It feels great. Um, However, during the winter, what's comfortable for me pertaining to room temperature is around 72, 73 degrees. Um, you know, Depending on whether or not I go outside or how cold it is outside, you know. Um, but, it's just interesting because, that's a considerable difference in temperature pertaining to room temperature, pertaining to winter or summer, of which a room doesn't have technically seasons. So it's the same room, and what would be comfortable to you would seem to be the same temperature. You see what I'm saying? But that's not how it is. In the winter, you spend time in a room and you turn on your thermostat, and it's like cool in the winter or in the summer, So the room you sit in reality, it predominantly dominates, what season for your body it would seem is, you know. If it's cooler and it's summertime, then I'm telling my mind that it's cool because it's summertime. I got the thermostat on. You understand what I'm saying? But pertaining to biology and what have you, like, you're kind of tricking the body because, like, in the winter and you have the heat on, you know what I'm saying? Then these may not be forefront variables that you believe may distinguish your thoughts or your mind, or how it affects or interacts with your thought or your mind, but it might. You know, there might be things in our comforts that we've gotten so comfortable with that we've forgotten, just at a base level, pertaining to survival. You know, our body might not be uh, uh, as adaptable as it would have been had we not had these great comforts. You see what I'm saying? But it's not that it's a big deal. It's just that psychologically, if you exist inside of a room and that room is 74 degrees, when would 74 degrees um, become not comfortable? And I suppose it depends on what season you're in, or maybe what foods do you eat that causes you to be warmer. You know what I'm saying? In the winter, your body heat to be warmer. You know what I'm saying? Um, But all these things are things that, I just kind of take into mind. I think it's interesting that, I changed the thermostat so much, You know what I'm saying? Um, so there's either an inconsistency with the thermostat or inconsistency with the temperature. Because, like I said, like 67 degrees inside the house is not the same as 60 to 67 degrees outside. You see what I'm saying? 60 degrees in your house is different than 60 degrees outside. In fact, I would say uh the 60 degrees in your house would would be colder than 60 degrees outside. So I think that that's interesting because typically you will find that in a house it would be warmer. Let me think. Or forgive me. Let me think. Hold on, let me think about this. Right. So take for instance, in my house, in my thermostat, this is why I think it's some UFO type shit, man. In my thermostat, all right, in my house, right now it says it's at 76 degrees. Right? But how it feels to me inside of this house is it feel like it's about 65 or about maybe 67 degrees in this house. All right, but it's 10 degrees warmer. You see what I'm saying? It don't feel like 76 inside this house. If it was 76 degrees and I went outside, you know what I'm saying? I would be sweating. I would start sweating eventually. You know what I'm saying? But inside this house, I would never start sweating at 76, 75 degrees. It's not that hot. You see what I'm saying? So it's much colder in my house at this temperature wise pertaining to degrees is colder in my house. You know, set at a specific temperature. So when you get into like elderly people and thinking that elderly people is like senile and everything like that because the inside of their house is what I'm saying, cold, and they bundle up and everything. And it seems like they have thermostat issues or it seems like they have body temperature issues a lot of times when you see elderly people. Um, but the fact of the matter is the thermostat in the house could be wonky or it could just be perspective. Maybe it could be me. You see what I'm saying? My body temperature and what have you from tricking this body temperature. And now, the body is used to, um, a synthetic environment. You know what I'm saying? We're less capable pertaining per our knowledge that we've grown apart from from the wild or living amongst nature and what have you. And this is where we get into technology and spaceships, so on and so forth. Is you know, it's just kind of a interesting thing that being a human being, we're comprised of flesh, we're comprised of the earth or earth elemental, but according to our knowledge, we are set apart from our um, from Mother Nature, and that would make our knowledge rebellious, and it would show our age as being young, like a young little rebellious teenager rebelling against his parents would be the pride of man on earth. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.